Okay. This is the first thing that you must know. Okay, I repeat myself that the cards have been grouped into four different groups: 13 cards, 13 cards, 13 cards, 13 cards, four groups, right? And the first uh, 26 cards, that is 13 plus 13, half of the cards is uh, black in color, and half of the remaining cards is red in color. Okay. Next, now each of these 13 cards is called a suit. Okay. So this is a suit. Okay. We have the name for this suit also. This is a suit, SUIT. This is a suit, and this is also a suit. Okay. Each of these is called a suit. Okay. Now, if you see the first suit, in this suit, if you see what is the shape of this, if you see what is the shape of this suit here, you see this. What is the shape here? This shape here is called um, this is called clubs. Okay. This shape is called clubs. Remember the shape. Okay. So the shape of the club is this. Okay. This kind of shape is called a club. And the next shape, if you see this shape, all the cards have the same shape, right? This is called spades. Okay. This shape is called a spade. Okay. And this shape looks like this. Okay. So if you see clubs, there are 13 clubs, right? If someone asks you how many clubs are there in a full pack of cards or a full deck of cards, there are 13 clubs, right? If someone asks you how many spades are there, then you will say there are 13 spades, right? And clubs and spades are black in color, right? Right? Clubs and spades are black in color. Let me write this down. Clubs and spades are black in color. Okay. Now, in this, if you see the next two, the red ones, you see this shape here. This shape is called a heart. Okay. And this shape here, if you see all the 13 cards have the same shape, this is called diamonds. Any question on the structure?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So now once we know that the red cards are diamonds and hearts, so let's write this down here. This is something to note. Another thing to note is uh, hearts and diamonds are red in color because ruby is red, rubies are red, and heart is also filled with blood, so that is why they are red in color. Okay, hearts and diamonds are red in color. So you have 13 red cards, hearts and diamonds, 13 hearts and 13 diamonds. Now let us see what these numbers are. We have already seen what these shapes are called. Okay, now let's see what these numbers are called. You see numbers written on each of the top of these cards. You see an A here. So it all starts from A, 2, 3, 4, 5 continues till 10, and then you have a J, and then you have a Q, and then you have a K. Let's see what these are called. First card A represents an ace. Okay, so this will be called an ace of clubs. A means ace. Okay, ace of clubs. Will you remember this? Ace. This is called the ace of clubs. Okay. So now if you see how many aces are there in the entire pack. Okay, let me come to the next one. This is called, this card here is called an ace of spades. Okay, let me write this. This is called an ace of spades. Will you remember this? Ace of spades. What will be the next card be called? Can you tell me what should the next ace will be called? Ace of what?
Sir, ace of
Sir,
hearts.
Ace of
Ace of
hearts.
hearts. Ace of hearts. And finally, what about the next card?
Ace of diamonds.
Ace of diamonds.
Ace of diamonds.
Ace of diamonds.
Okay. So if you see in total pack of 52 cards, there are 4 aces. Okay. So you'll write here. There are 4 aces. Okay. Ace of clubs, ace of spades, ace of hearts, and ace of diamonds. One ace in each suit, right? So one ace in each suit, right? Okay. Let's see what the next cards are called. Look at this. This card here will be called 2 of clubs because you have a 2 written on top here. This is called the 2 of clubs. Similarly, this is called 2 of spades. Similarly, this is called 2 of hearts, right? And similarly, this is called 2 of diamonds. Right? Similarly, the next one here, this will be called what? Can you tell me what this will be called? What this?
3 of clubs.
3 of clubs, right? And similarly, all the other cards, this will run till 10. Okay, so finally, this is 10 of clubs. This is 10 of clubs, right? And finally, this is 10 of spades, and then you have 10 of hearts, and then you have 10 of diamonds. Okay, so from 2 to 10, this is how they are called. Let us come to the next card. J. Now, what do you mean by J? So J here means, this here means jack of clubs. Okay, J means jack. Okay, jack of clubs, right? Q. Q means queen of clubs. Okay, and K means king of clubs. Okay, similarly, this card here, what will be this called? Can you tell me what will this card be called?
Jack of spades.
Jack of spades.
Sir, Jack of spades.
And what about this card?
Queen of spades.
Queen of spades. And what about this?
King
Sir,
of spades.
King of spades. What about this one?
Sir, jack of
Jack of
hearts.
heart.
Jack of hearts. What about this?
Queen
Sir,
of heart.
Queen of
King
hearts.
of hearts.
And this is
King of
King
hearts.
of heart.
king of
King
hearts.
of hearts.
And this one?
Sir,
Jack of diamond.
Jack
Jack
of
of
diamond.
diamond.
And the next one,
Queen of
Queen of
diamonds.
diamond.
Queen of diamonds.
diamonds.
And what about this?
King of
of
diamonds.
King of diamonds. Okay. So once we know this structure, what you see here is how many jacks are there? There are 4 jacks, right? One in each suit, right? Let's write it down. And you have, there are 4 jacks, one in each suit. There are 4 queens, one in each suit. There are 4 kings, one in each suit, right? So there are 4 jacks, one in each suit. Okay. You have 4 queens, one in each suit. And 4 kings, one in each suit. Okay. So how now these cards, the jack, king, and queen. Okay. These are called face cards. King, queen, and jack. Kings, queens, and jacks are called face cards. So can you tell me how many face cards are there in a pack of 52 cards?
Sir, 12.
Yes, there are 12 because in each suit you have 3 face cards. In each suit you have 1 jack, 1 queen, and 1 king, right? And there are 4 suits. There must be 12 face cards. So there are 12 face cards in a full pack. In a full pack of 52 cards, right? Okay. Now also what you must know is that kings, queens, jacks, and ace are called honor cards. They are called honor cards. So how many total honor cards? How many honor cards in total? If in each suit you have 1 king, 1 queen, 1 jack, and 1 ace, so you have 4 suits. How many honor cards in total? 4 into 4, right?
16.
16 honor cards, right? Any question here with the structure? Okay. So this I think is clear. The entire structure, this is how the structure of the card will look like. Okay. There is nothing else to know in this. Okay. Even if you don't know how to play cards, just know the structure of the cards. Okay. That will do for the purpose of our mathematics. Okay. Now coming to probability. What do you mean by probability? What is the definition of probability? The definition of probability is the chance of occurrence of event. N is called a probability. Chance of occurrence of an event is called probability. Okay. Any chance of occurrence of event. Now, what can be a chance? What do you mean by chance? Chance is nothing but a number. Probability is nothing but a number. For example, if I say in our daily language, what we say in your class, what we say that I have only 50-50 chances of passing in maths, right? I have, so let's say you are saying I have 50-50 chances of passing in maths. What does this mean when you are saying this? It means that you are saying that your event here is, we'll define event later, but your event here, what you are saying, what you don't know, unconsciously what you are saying is that your event here is chances of passing in maths, right? This is your main event, right? Passing in maths. This is always going through in your mind, right? Passing in maths. This is your main statement, if you see, right? And what you're doing, you are attaching this number to this 50-50, right? You are attaching what number? You are attaching 50. So to this event, passing in maths, you are attaching a number 50%, right? This number can, in fraction, if I convert this percentage to a fraction, can write this as 50 by 100, the number that you have quoted in front of your friend. The 50% is nothing but half. So what you are saying is that what you mean in mathematical language is my probability of passing in maths is half. Understood what it means? This example is clearly understood, right? Can I give you another example? Suppose in the monsoon season, I say there is 70% chance of rain. Of raining today. There is 70% chances of raining today, right? Suppose this is what I say. Then what am I doing? Can you tell me which one is my main statement here? What is the event? Can you tell me, just look above and say what is the event here? Anyone? What is always going in my mind when I'm saying this statement? No one can say? The main statement here is, yes, tell me, not chances. I'm thinking about rain, right? Chance is probability. Okay. Raining today. I'm thinking about this, right? When I'm making the statement, there are 70% chances of raining today. What is the main thing that I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about rain, right? So raining today is your event that you're constantly thinking about, right? And what is the number that you are attaching to this? 70%. So 70 by 100. Well, let's write 70% first. And you convert this to fraction. You get how much? 70 by 100. So you get 7 by 10. So what you are actually saying is that the probability of raining today is 7 by 10. Has it become a little clear now? That means to a statement, you are attaching what? You are attaching a fraction. Understood? To any statement, you are attaching a fraction. Let us say another statement. The chances of India winning is 80%. 80%. You are saying this statement, right? What is the main event here? What are you thinking about constantly? Tell me, what are you thinking about constantly? Look above and tell me. What are you thinking about constantly? Yes?
Sir, winning.
India winning, right? So event here is India winning. This is what you are thinking about constantly. And while thinking, when you are making the statement, what number are you giving to this event? You're giving it a number 80%. And 80%, if you convert to fraction, you'll get 4 by 5, right? So actually, subconsciously, what you are saying is that the probability of India winning is 4 by 5. Is 4 by 5. Clear? So these were 3 examples, very basic examples I have
Yes,
given
sir.
you. Okay, we'll just just give you one more definition and leave for today. The definition is random experiment. What do you mean by random experiment? Okay, any experiment that you are performing in which you know all the possible results of the experiment. Okay, an experiment in which all the possible results are known. Is called a random experiment. Okay, fine. Let's see what are the examples. First one, if I toss a coin, tossing of a fair coin, tossing of a fair coin. What do you mean by fair coin? In when fair coin means on one side you must have a head and the other side you must have a tail, right? That is called a fair coin. What is an unfair coin? In which you have both sides tails or both sides heads. That is an unfair coin. Okay. So I don't know how many of you have seen Sholay, the movie Sholay. Okay. Any of you have seen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
If you have seen, then if you see
Yes, sir.
in that movie, if you see, Amitabh Bachchan uses a coin in which he has the same head or the same tail on both sides, right? So that is not a fair coin. Okay. So the coin that we use every day, that is a fair coin. So when you're tossing a fair coin, you know all the results, right? You know that either head will turn up or a tail will turn up, right? So what are the results here? What are the possible outcomes? The possible outcome or the possible result, let's write. I'll define outcome later. The possible result are head, let's call it H, or tail, right? Isn't it? These are the possible results. Anything else can happen? Can it land vertically without head and tail? That is not a possibility. Okay. Next, let's say in the casting of an unbiased dice. Unbiased dice. You know what is an unbiased dice? Dice. How many of you play Ludo? You have seen a dice there?
Sir, I.
Yes. You play Ludo. You
Yes.
have seen the dice there. What kind of dice is that? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in all. That is a fair dice, right? Unbiased dice, right? Now, in case of a biased dice, what will it be? Say there are 3 faces with 6 or 2 faces with 2. That is an unbiased, that is a biased die. Okay. Biased die. How many of you have heard the story of Mahabharata? How many of you have know or heard the story of Mahabharata? Anyone? Anyone knows thoroughly Mahabharata? The characters? No one knows. Okay. Because, yes, tell me. Tell me who was saying? I couldn't hear properly.
Sir, I know.
Yes. Who uses an unbiased dice in that story?
Sir, Shakuni Mama.
Shakuni Mama. Shakuni Mama uses an unbiased dice in that because while playing he cheats. In his dice he does not have all the faces with proper numbers. Okay, with different numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He uses dice in which he uses say 6 on two faces or 5 on two faces so that he gets them more frequent. Okay, so that is an unbiased dice. So when you are casting an unbiased dice, when you're rolling an unbiased dice, what are the possible results? Can you tell me what are the possible results? You can either get a 1, right, or a 2,
1, 2, 3, 4.
3, 4, 5, or 6, right? Right, give a comma. So these are the possible results. So when you're casting a dice, you know that you will get any of these, right? You know all the possible results, isn't it? So this is a random experiment. Okay, any experiment in which you don't know the possible outcome, and that is not a random experiment. Even if you are given an exam, okay, going for writing an exam, that is also a random experiment because you know the result. What will be the result? Either you will pass or you'll fail, isn't it? So the results are known that when I'm giving an exam, I will either pass or fail. So pass and fail are the two only possible outcomes, right? So that is meant by random experiment. Any experiment that you perform in which you know all the possible outcomes, but you don't know what will happen. You don't know which outcome will come, but you definitely know these will happen. Among these, any one will happen, right? So this is what is called a random experiment. Okay. So I'll conclude this class here. I'll stop here.